Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Nancy Jean. How are you?
Um, it's cold. I know where you are. This is going to sound hysterical, but our high today is going to be 45, so that's cold.
Oh, terrible.
Means I have to wear my big woolly sweater all day long.
You want to tell your news for next week and who you met?
Oh yeah. There's a young man running for JP in Collin County, which is just north of me, and I went to the Collin County Democratic Forum where it was picking their positions on the ballot in that county, and also all of the candidates, either the candidates or a candidate surrogate, being there to speak for him. And it's everything from the Senate races down to JP, which is what this young man's running for. Eli, his name is Eli Worthy. If that is not like the most perfect name for yard sign ever. He's running for Justice of the Peace. He's 18 years old. He's in the computer department at UTD, which is a very prestigious school in computer science. And I met him through some people who were helping him organize. He went out and he went door to door in his district and got all the signatures to get on the ballot free, because otherwise getting on the ballot costs a couple $1,000s. And his whole theory is they haven't had a JP anybody knew who it was for a long time. They've had a Republican who barely ever came into court. But JP's here. I don't know what they do where you are, but they do small claims. They do like evictions and most of where he lives, because of the nature of the area, it's mostly truancies and families that are truant with the schools. And he got up and he did a 60-second speech to the crowd about who he was, why he was there. And he was totally engaging. And he's absolutely right. This is a campus. I don't know how many thousands of students are on this campus, but most of them do vote in that area. And there's going to be a student their own age on that ballot. If nothing else, that's going to make them sit up and take notice. And he is very engaging, and he was talking about why people his age need to care now. And he sort of reminded me of friends I had in the 60s that were running during Vietnam. And I sat and talked with him. He's really engaging. So I asked him if he'd like to come on a national audience. He's so impressed. And I just so y'all can think of some questions. And he loved talking to me because I talked about my friends and young people that were running when we were like we couldn't run at 18 because the voting age changed to 18 the year I turned 21, because before that in the US it was 21. And he and I were talking about that, and he goes, I knew it had been 21 at some point. I didn't realize it was that long ago. And then he realized what he'd said. And I said, no, you're right, kid. It was that long ago. It's totally engaging. And he just wants to come spend a few minutes and say he spoke to people in other parts of the country and other parts of the world. Fascinating journey for the young man. So y'all get to be part of it next week.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, we're going to start earlier next week because I have my family Christmas early afternoon. So need to get going, move earlier. So anyway, speaking of besides goodness, hopefully we can maybe check on it later, but Friday is the due date.
Yep.
For the files. Let's see what kind of.
You want to do a reading on this week and just see what this week looks like?
Yeah, we can see it comes out and maybe it'll pop out.
Yep.
The House committee is going to be dripping more throughout the week of those pictures and stuff.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting week. Oh. You want me to go? You want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I start with the high priestess. They're really trying to hide this stuff, guys. This is a high priestess upside down. But then what happens is we get the goods, we get the 10 of coins, we get to find out what's hidden in the chest, And then we have the star, and it really illuminates. We get to start picking some new goals. The people who've been pushing for this are going to be very successful in getting this out and getting the word out. But the closing card says it all, Scott. By the end of this week, we're going to be sitting in the sun.
Wow.
So it's total illumination. You rarely see the star and the sun show up in the same thing.
Yeah, you got quite a few high major arcanas there.
Yeah, the high priestess upside down, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're still scuttling, trying to keep it secret.
So I start out with the King of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Ten of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
The King of Wands feels like it could be, a lawmaker,
Mm-hmm.
possibly judges, but it feels like a lawmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Deciding on what I think it deals with a committee. How bad? I mean, some of this information feels real bad,
Mm-hmm.
right? Probably video, some pretty bad pictures, but it feels like what they're going to put out next week.
Mm-hmm.
And Ten of Swords can be very damaging. And then I get the King of Coins, so there Donald shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a woman, and between I got a Page of Swords. So maybe a devastating whistleblower we might hear from next week. With that page,
Mm-hmm.
damaging information on 45, felon 45. And then it feels like whistleblowers. So I got the Devil, the Magician, and the Two of Wands in the end.
Oh dear.
So yeah, we got someone doing some magic work. Or maybe some people that, we didn't have those 1,000 people or so that looked over the stuff, right?
Right.
And it feels like if there's any hindrance going on, these brave people that will start leaking or something.
Yeah.
Do it in a different kind of way than this administration is probably going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good news for that front to bring justice through. And I think old felon 45 is going to have that Ten of Swords moment here.
Yeah, let's see how it's going to affect him directly. If they're going to be able to keep him hidden in the White House, stumbling around on his meds.
Felon 45 failing this week.
He's going to throw Kristi Noem under the bus, I think. That's just what my guide said. He's going to find somebody to throw under the bus that'll make everybody run and look at that crash.
Well, she looked terrible in that hearing.
Has she ever looked good in a hearing?
No, but she was even worse.
Oh, dear.
There's a lot to throw under the bus.
Okay. That's a 9 of Wands upside down. His defenses are going to be very, very down. He's got no more room to maneuver. He's no longer on the fool's path. He has no ability to change it. And this is, to me, this King of Swords is justice coming to get him. And it's riding on a horse. It's sending in its knight. And this is going to be the end of a lot of the bedevilment, the devilish behavior, the materialism that's been holding on to America. I think it's going to be a very interesting and revealing week for him.
I think he's trying to cut deals already behind the scenes to try to stop this.
He's got to cut a deal with the Air Force to not force him to come back when he tries to get on the plane and leave. That's not going to happen.
So yeah, 6 of coins next to him. He comes out again with this king of coins. And then the Empress. So I think he's trying to work some kind of deal that stop what is on its way, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either.
I got the 10 of Swords again for him. People feeling happy with Ace of Cups, 6 of Swords, and then that 10 of Swords. So it feels like a breaking point. We're going to feel better, and he's not.
I don't think there's a way he can start to feel better, Scott. I mean...
No, not him.
Oh, I know.
It's not like we. Or
like his little cadre.
The for it's like the pinnacle to start feeling better about the situation, instead of all the stonewalling. My other 3 cards were the Wishes Fulfilled, 9 of Cups, Lovers, and then the Hangman.
Oh dear.
So the Hangman is someone in suspension, someone trapped. Not sure what the Lovers means. Wishes Fulfilled. It feels like an embrace. It feels like the emotional connection we have to the victims. Giving relief, giving support, because someone becomes in the Hangman position. For giggles, I pulled 3 more. 5 of Swords, a battle. 3 of Cups. We got numerous cards of celebrations. Feeling good. And then the 5 of Coins. So 2 5s and the Toasting of Cups. It ain't going to be good for it. Fell on 45. Every time a new document drops, it feels like a healing moment for the victims.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, their bravery heals themselves in a way.
There we go. Hit the 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, and with a tower behind it.
Ugh.
Sounds good to me, Seeking Shift. Okay.
It's 17 below in Minnesota, Scott.
Ugh.
Just thought that makes Scott feel somewhat better, like 16 degrees.
When it's minus 10 here.
When it gets to below anything, for me, it's not even a conversation. It's like, how far can I get in the middle of the house, and how close can I hang on to a radiator?
Okay. In January, SCOTUS gut the Voting Rights Act. I can't remember what they're hearing, but it deals with that. Okay.
It started years ago when they took their watch status off states like Texas that had been so blatantly racist in the way they divided things up. They've been gutting the Voting Rights Act forever. It's like hardly there.
Yeah, their rulings make no sense.
No, they don't.
Like they allow a Louisiana extra seat for gerrymandering and diluting black vote, but then they allow Texas to go through.
Oh, good Lord, folks. I did a 5-card pull on this, and I've got 2 court cards and 2 major arcanas, 3 major arcanas. And no, they're not going to mess with it. No, even they know they can't really get away with this. And it's going to be male justices on the court that hold the line. They will not move forward like they want to because they're doing this at the behest of the Republicans. And it's not because their hands are clean. It's because they're trying to stay out of the devilish mess that they've created. They're not doing it for the highest purposes, but they won't. I don't know if they'll be able to because I don't know that I think.
The current energy, I get they're trying to work a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I think they already know what they're going to do. Right?
Yeah.
Before they even talk about it or hear it. But behind the scenes with the moon and the 6 of coins, it feels like they're trying to work a deal, page of coins, with the liberal justice or someone like that. Trying to figure out a different path. You know, try to gut it, like you said, chip away kind of feeling. Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, and my evaluating which path to take. But the Ace of Wands is positive. And then I get my end cards are like, we tried, but I don't think we have a path to gut it anymore.
No.
Because I got the 8 of Swords and a victory. Like they're stuck. Here's your offer, but we're stuck to change it. And then we have a victory. So it feels like they're trying, but I don't think they can carve it out anymore. Let's hope. Let's hope.
Well, at the thing I went to yesterday, there were 2 Democrats that beat the odds with screwed up districts and became the representative for their districts. And they were talking about how that's building out. The area that I was sitting in, those people up there, it used to be so red. They used to not even have Democratic meetings because there was no one to have a meeting with. And this was a pretty decent sized college ballroom full of people. And they were talking about, and I got to talk to some of them about the shifts they're seeing on the ground. And if we're seeing it in this state where everything works against them, I can only hope in your own states people are working as hard. But they're working, and they're already working. Okay. Well, any cabinet members exit next week?
Yeah, you mentioned a distraction, so Beth brought up this one.
Yeah.
Is he going to kick someone out? Well, it's already been rumored he was hoping in January to replace Kristi Noem with Virginia's governor, Youngkin.
Yeah.
That has been the rumor out there. Youngkin's not free yet. Of course, just had number 2 there or whatever. Let's see.
Oh, my goodness.
Any cabinet members getting the boot this week?
Yes. The world's fastest yes. They're already working on their list and checking it twice. They know who they feel that they need to get rid of to be the grand distraction. They're playing this role of, oh, we grieve over this. We didn't want to kick you out, but they're kicking them out. And I have a feeling it's going to be women. Feeling it's going to be younger ones. And his whole reason for doing this is the 4 of coins, trying to maintain control and distract from himself. That's about as yesy a yes as you get. And I think it's going to be, who's a blonde besides Pam Bondi that's on the cabinet?
Education secretary. The WWE lady.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well.
Yes, Hmm. Hmm. I'm not positive here. 6 of Swords. These cards aren't really telling me a yes or no. I do have a loss of a male possibly.
Mm-hmm.
The Knight of Coins, 5 of Cups, and King of Swords. It feels more of a leaning towards Hegseth. So I'm not really seeing.
He would also qualify as a Page of Wands because he is not a mature adult.
Yeah, so the 5 of Cups, loss of a male king.
Mm-hmm.
This one's depicting a guy with a beard. But the knight here kind of does look like Pete.
Actually, that's being unkind to that card.
There might be some magic. I got a magician here. Magic shuffling, 6 of Swords, trying to make things better. 2 of Wands. Do have the King of Coins coming out again, but then I got the Star and 8 of Wands next to that, so it doesn't feel like someone getting kicked. It feels like someone giving help. So according to my toss, possibly Pete, but I'm not really. And this toss feeling it. The supernatural cards were a little iffy.
But like I said, I'm thinking about, oh, it was a blondish person and da 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 da. And what skipped into my head, you talk about weird visions. Pete Hegseth dressed as Shirley Temple. That's just not right. Something's wrong in my brain today.
Who knows what that crazy man has done? Probably has.
He doesn't. He wasn't aware of it. He was in his other La La
Land. Special lady would like a card for her birthday. We could do that. 67.
Okay. I'm going to pull it out of the Archangel Wisdom Tarot because I really like this deck.
'67th birthday. What does special lady need to know?
Oh, you got the Queen of Ariel. Isn't that pretty? And despite some things that have been going on around you, you're going to nurture yourself and those you love. You have the ability to make anything beautiful. You're practical and you're good for your own advice. And things are definitely turning around for you.
Well, I got the 10 of Coins.
Well, then that would be a turnaround.
The 10 of Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Taking steps to ensure your financial security of your children and other loved ones. Make wise investments and planning for retirement. Honor your family traditions. That's a good one.
11.
It is a time of family.
You're in a 2-year. This is the beginning of a 2-year. You're going to have a lot of good stuff happening to you on the one-on-one level. A lot of things are going to straighten out on the one-on-one level. You've come out of a year. This has been a rough year. This last year has been a 1 year completely for you, your own personal year. I'm not talking about the universal year. It's been a 1 year for you, and you've had to let go of a lot of stuff, make decisions about getting rid of some things. You didn't you were like, why do I have to make one more decision? But that's ending as of this birthday. You're going into a 2-year, and you're going to have the support and help you need to get to where you need to go. So you're going to have a great time. I like 2 years.
Oh, that's that. She read a number of general staff have left.
General staff for who?
Just general staff.
I know some military staff's retired and gone away. So I don't know if this is Hegseth or if this is people quietly packing up their desks and leaving the White House.
Let's see what Google says quick.
Okay.
Yes, many general staff and high-profile aides have left the White House under the current Trump administration. Most recently, departure the Deputy Chief of Staff Taylor Budowich amidst broader government workforce changes with a lot of turmoil.
Have you ever been to the White House, Scott? Have you ever visited? It's small.
I don't know.
It's small and it's crowded. And I had the opportunity to go up when Obama was there, and then I got sick, so I couldn't go. But I had a lot of friends who went, and they said people are just literally sitting on top of each other, and their desks are in closets. And I actually had one close friend who went to work for him and stayed for 2.5 years. And he said it's a very difficult working situation if you get along with everybody.
Indigo said 60 have left the DOJ.
And even though people want to put a smiley face on that, think about that. When you were in an office, if all of a sudden somebody left where you worked and you had to start to fill in all those positions, stuff just doesn't get done.
Well, especially when they don't have the people there. And they're suing everybody, and less people doing more work. It's got to get crazy. Okay. Yeah, I just heard that this morning, or knew it was coming. The National Trust is suing the regime about stopping the ballroom. Successful, yes. We've been on the ballroom numerous times. We keep seeing it getting stopped or
I never saw it going up. I see them rebuilding the East Wing better.
Yeah, something like that. To make more room for staff and whatnot.
Yeah, staff won't have to live in closets, but that's where the White House, that's where the First Lady's people used to be, was in the East Wing. But since Melania doesn't have anybody who wants to stay in the same room with her, tearing it down was no big problem.
Dumbo was losing what's left of his mind. Yeah, and I guess the clown wants to redo or make new golf courses in DC. Also,
in all the national parks, probably over George Washington. Try around the Washington Monument. Don't you think it'd be fun? You could try to hit the monument with your golf balls.
Annie Bear said she had a dream of the term shoemaker. Sweaty, sitting a terrified man, and a shoemaker was coming with shoes that only fit him. Well, a shoemaker repairs. That's my first thought. Is someone who repairs. I'm going to toss a few cards and see if this has any meaning.
What's the image of the shoemaker? I know I know shoemakers that are in legends, and that and there's always the famous one that it's always the cobbler's children that have no shoes. I'm going to ask, who is the shoemaker? Who's Annie Bear's shoemaker?
Okay. So again, authoritative man, someone who has power over you, with swords, ace of swords, and then 5 of swords. So this person has caused some conflicts with some clarity. And then I have the ace of wands with the 5 of coins and wheel of fortune. This energy this this shoemaker brings in causes chaos, but then there's a change for the better with the wheel of fortune. My outcome is it's good news, it's reconstruction, and a new leader. So that's what I think is this. The shoemaker is a chaos agent, but it brings in a new leader, a new person, a better person, and a king of wands, either into your life or politically, with a 3 of coins. Redoing it all, fixing things, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, I pulled an oracle card on it because my 5-card reading kind of made sense, but it didn't. And I got the Raven, truth. Truth is coming in, and the shoemaker is bringing in truth. Because what my reading was is there's just chaos among all the people that are there together, and they're being offered all kinds of ideas, and they just don't know what to pick. And at the center of what's going on with the shoemaker is it's all coming out of their illusions, delusions. They're not only seeing things from the darkest side. And then at the end is the Queen of Pentacles reversed, having your prosperity taken away and having your safety taken away. So whoever, you're right, he's an agent of chaos, but it's the truth. That's what it really is.
It can definitely relate to what's going on now.
Oh, yeah.
Because 45 can be the shoemaker, because everything is only for him. And he is breaking down the system, which will lead to a change. So it could, if you have no one in your life that's causing you chaos, it very well could be about 45. So usually, like dreams are either informational or warnings in symbology. So as 45's rage dementia kicks in, we'll see him physically attack a reporter during a presser while sundowning. He's definitely raging against women reporters. Mean physically with a push, or him a little confused by that one, Beth. I don't see him physically hurting someone.
He could slug somebody, though.
I mean,
people get in dementia, that a woman friend of mine, and they were just the most darling couple. But when her husband got in the later stages of his dementia, she had to put him in a place where they could restrain him because he got violent. And he was the most unviolent person you would ever imagine. And she said it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I've never been a part of it, but I had an ex-girlfriend that dad went through that. And as it got worse and worse, he was physically abusing his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go to a home because she couldn't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know he was doing it. You know,
Yeah.
it's because he was gone. Okay.
Yeah, and
He's
when
wondering about him getting physical.
I think he's going to do it, he's going to do it in a public place where everybody can see it going on. It's not going to be hidden, because if it was the Five of Pentacles, it's things that are kind of hidden away that we don't see. It's going to be very public.
Energy. There may be something on a plane. Should I get the Chariot?
Yeah, because he'd be feeling trapped in a plane.
Yeah. Being trapped, yeah. In a trapped in setting. It might even be a male reporter, because I get the King of Cups.
Yeah.
A Page of Swords, King of Cups, and a Tower at the end. So there could be an attack. Some male reporter may push him, gets upset, and then he collapses in a rage. But start out with that being on a plane.
Mm-hmm. And that would make sense, because people who have the kind of dimension stuff that he's displaying, when they go through pressure changes, they're more erratic. You try to keep them, their whole body system as calm as possible.
Yeah, I didn't hear this. Indigo read that or heard that the White House says I'm not going to do any more rallies like last Saturday or whenever the heck it was in Pennsylvania, because he's not sympathetic enough
about what's going on. People aren't believing that it's a Democratic outrage that things cost more. That's a Democratic lie.
Susie Wiles probably thought, oh, we need to get him back out there and make him happy.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to read if he's going to quit doing rallies.
I think the only way is to isolate him more, because every time he talks, it's crazy.
You listen to him talk? I don't even listen.
I don't listen. I
read it.
I follow people on Twitter that post the clip of him saying stuff, but I read what because they write down what they say, what he's saying. So I don't listen to that crazy man. I can't.
No, unfortunately, I said, is he going to do rallies anymore? And it says, no, he's going to do them. It's against everybody's better judgment. It's not going to help him build stronger ties. It's going to show how delusional and out of touch he really is. He's going to appear to be the Mad King. And, if they can keep him sort of contained, then they can keep him like the Hangman. But this is going to let it all out.
So yeah, I didn't see any reporting of how many people were there, but it was not many, because they had, whoever was in the background, there's over 5 rows or so maybe. They had a curtain behind, so you
couldn't see how vast the space was. Yeah.
So there was maybe 100 people there max.
That's a Ted Cruz trick. They'd show these rallies and people would say, I was there and there weren't that many people. And finally they started taking pictures above and showing how he framed the space.
I think they want to try
to stop
another
it?
one and try another rally.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
please. I don't think it's going to help you.
Because I had the Chariot, because it kind of makes him feel good. It makes him think he's powerful and better. So I got the Six of Swords, and then traveling with the Chariot again, and then the Queen of Swords. So it possibly could be a female Susie Wild saying, maybe we just need to do it for him. But there are some issues about that. I think it's up in the air right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no. It's kind of like maybe we should to keep him happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I get the Ace of Swords, so truth and clarity, King of Wands, but then I get a death. So there might be clearer heads later saying we can't have these, because he went off script really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think leadership was like happy with that. Another three, I got the Knight of Swords, so there's some negativity in the ranks, Queen of Wands, and public service with the Four of Wands. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of they don't know how to control this. They don't know how to make them be popular.
Well, they can't control it, and they can only find so many crowds that are as delusional as he is, that's a plus for our country, people. That's
yeah. It's a crazy scenario right now. Yeah. It's getting worse and worse. Okay, let's see where else. That's right, artists. Let's have more rallies. Yes.
Yep. We're getting ready to go into primary season, and it's a good chance if you've never worked within a party, this is when people say, I don't like the choice of people I have that are running. Well, get in if there's a contested primary and find out who's there and pick the one you think you could do better.
Yeah, a lot of local stuff happens first.
Mm-hmm.
At least here.
That's true. Wisconsin and Texas may be far apart, but the people are the same.
Like school boards and
and look at what's happened with the school boards. The Taliban and minivans didn't win one.
See, yeah, I mean, if there's too many people in the ballot, we have a February. But then
you've got it. I know. I have an inside person on what's going on in Wisconsin, and it's real interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on. But Sean will be back up by you, Scott, in May.
Yeah.
Permanently.
Well, we got another Supreme Court justice, I think, in April.
You got what?
Another Supreme Court justice race in April to vote for.
There's something that's going on. But there's stuff he can do remotely that he can get people up and out remotely, but then there's things he has to be in the ground for.
Yep, Deb. Let him do rallies.
That's right.
Let's see. 1044. Rumor has it this regime is going to send out checks for healthcare. Oh, no. It's not how healthcare works. It's all just a point.
And they don't have the money to do it.
Yeah, and they just can't. Yeah, it's got to be a Congress. After Congress to give out checks like that.
And if they went in the Treasury, they don't have the money to do it. They're still looking for all the money that's gone in and disappeared. And all the incredible amount of money we're making off of tariffs.
Yeah, and that's supposed to go in the Treasury, but they just pilfered that, gave it to Argentina.
Yep.
They think they're going to give the farmers $12 billion of that. So yeah, no, We ain't getting any checks. Where's your Doge check? Did you get your $5,000 Doge check yet?
I thought a Doge was an official in Italy that was centuries ago.
30 governors up for re-election next November.
Yep.
Okay.
What do we want to know about 30 governors?
I'm just trying to find
A question?
Yeah. We talked about Benny Thompson. Is there a question there? I mean, he was good in the hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? Oh, he was questioning an FBI assistant. And the FBI assistant, who knows better, was trying to say that Antifa is a terrorist organization.
Mm-hmm.
And Benny's like, well, where are they located? Have you found any? And the guy couldn't give us reason, and it's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he did a good job. Many did. Okay. I will SCROTUS rule on the tariffs coming up too.
Okay. Okay, we got to pick a way. Are they going to rule for or against? Which way are we going to read?
Are they going to strike down the way the tariffs are going, like everyone else has?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they going to?
Well, they follow all the other judicial rulings up to this point. Yeah.
Or they continue with the judicial rulings that already happened? What is SCROTUS going to do on the wage?
Oh, you're going to like this one, Scott. You're going to see the light. It's no, 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 no. They're going to vote against them. They're going to rule against how they've been handled.
Mine starts out with the 9 of Wands, so we got bad power. I get a tower. A couple twos. I think that's so 45's power is doing things wrong with the twos. 6 of Swords, Tower, and the Fool, trying to make things better on a different path.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ace of Swords, Knight of Coins, Devil, removing power that shouldn't be. I think that's both.
That's good.
My outcome is the Moon, 6 of Cups, 10 of Coins, and 9 of Swords. I think that means they won't be able to figure a way to carve out what it means on tariffs the way the Constitution's read.
Mm-hmm.
I think the 6 of Cups is how things have been done. The 10 of Coins, who has the power of purse. So I don't see how they can do a shadow thing with changing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Constitution is law here and carve out this one and rein in his power.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, we're going to be in a Great Depression. Many economists are calling this another 2008 coming up.
Yep. We're having 2008 because we didn't take care of 2008.
Eesh. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but asked again if the East Wing will be rebuilt. Must have joined a little later, but yeah, we believe it will be. Not as a ballroom. Mm-hmm. Could have a smaller ballroom, but it'll be a functional building. Better.
Actually, I mean, as long as they make the architecture in the outside, and we have more than enough pictures of the architecture in the outside, we ought to be able to rebuild it. So.
Get ready for the catch-up.
I'm surprised they even keep any in the White House.
Yeah. Okay. How does health insurance companies feel about potential millions of insured? Are they lobbying against or for, or what's going on here?
Okay. The problem is that in legislating about this, legislators and how they're putting together healthcare plans and stuff, they should be working with the doctors and the hospitals, and the insurance company should be secondary. And the way it happens now is they negotiate with the insurance companies first and then deal with the people. I heard several candidates running for Congress yesterday talk about that inequality and how it's misrepresents.
So yeah, that's that is part of an income stream.
They make their money by investing the money they bring in. So they're just big giant investment things. And they're not happy about it. It's kind of messed up their basic plans. But they still have all the money in the bank that they've raked in all these years.
In the past, I get it was more secure.
Mm-hmm.
With the ACA. Look at the Page of Cups, King of Swords, Six of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So with that leader function of the ACA and people on it, brings in more, and it's more stable with the Six of Swords. But then I get a tower coming in with the money flow. So it will cause hardships for both the healthcare, hospitals and
right
insurance. And then I get some dark times with finances if this continues to have people off, because people are going to use the emergency rooms as healthcare.
How are your public hospitals funded in Wisconsin?
Public hospital, I guess, I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Do you have like a county hospital for your county?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's none in my town except for dentistry and everything, but most everyone goes to Madison.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter both my daughters work in county hospitals. It's pretty much just one big one in town of basically covers southern Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure it's Medicare, a lot of older people, obviously, and I'm sure it's like most, but I don't see it being good.
Well, it's a it's a subject to property tax here. And it's the one part of property tax I've never minded paying was for Parkland Hospital and the health care system that they run. Because you can't have unhealthy people walking around and you stay healthy, let me tell you.
I never heard of that. I have to look that up. I thought property taxes always just went to the schools.
Oh God, no. Here they go to schools, they go to the hospitals, and that's what's so wrong about how hospitals are set up when we're going into what we're going into. Because people that live like a mile north of me, they're in Collin County, they don't have a county hospital. So they will figure out a way to get into our county hospital, and they've never paid a dime towards the costs of running that hospital. And yet, if they don't pay their bills, then it all falls on the citizens of Dallas County. But Dallas and Tarrant, Harris, El Paso, Austin, the Austin hospitals, San Antonio hospitals, they get all the little counties around them. And because of the way the legislature's set up, they've never created a way that Dallas County can sue Collin County for its residents that show up and use our facilities. It's a real disparity in this state, and this is going to make it even more so. And the other thing is it's closing down all the nursing homes out in the boonies, and they're dumping their patients in Dallas County too. So,
and I just had a quick Google. It says in Wisconsin, it's the source of local governments and public schools, police and fire, and infrastructure. Doesn't say anything about
hospitals or healthcare.
Just from my quick Google search.
Yeah.
I was just curious, but could dig deeper. Okay.
In Illinois, it's closer to the Texas model. I grew up in Will County. There was a Will County. Silver Cross was the county hospital. So find out how your hospitals are funded, because it'll make a difference. How long will the government shut down for in January?
Because they have to do it all again. There could be another talking point for funding. Republicans don't want to fund the ACA now.
I'm going to ask you, will the government shut down in January? Because I don't think it will. I think after the stuff that comes out this week about Trump and Epstein and all his wealthy friends, the Congress is starting to grow a conscience.
I don't know. They could extend something now, but they don't want to. Let's see. It's the end of January, right? It's funded till the 31st or something.
Let's see if the government's going to shut down this winter. That'll cover it.
Will they shut down the government?
I get no. There's going to come to an agreement, and it's going to get away from some of the evil and the materialism that's been here. And sun's going to shine on what's really going on. This is the weirdest set of cards too. Things are going to get better, and things are going to get a lot worse this winter. So, but I don't think the government's going to shut down. I got a no on shutting down the government.
It's a difficult read.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the King of Coins. I think that's representing in Felon 45, Queen of Swords, and then complete broken health issues in the past. So what's that mean? Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with health issues here. Just about him.
Mm-hmm.
Leading up to government shutdown. Knight of Coins can be a deal. Illusions. And then the Ace of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like funding, though, even though I got the delusional card. Because I got a deal and then prosperity. Illusion isn't always. It's like dreaming up,
It can be letting go of delusional behavior.
Creating a plan. It doesn't feel like, not coming up with something. My outcome is 5 of Cups, Tower, and the Page of Swords. Those three aren't good together.
No.
So we have grief, we have hardship, and then the Page of Swords. It's an outcome. I think something's going to happen prior. Something's going to happen prior to cause this. But then we come together and fund with that prosperity, the ace. Where is it? Yeah, I think there's going to be something coming up. There's going to be a tower for the Republicans in 45 before the shutdown would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they come together for prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we could be seeing the little hints of the end of Felon 45. We can get rid of him. We can have him prosperity. People might actually start working together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time. Will the government ever seize the money 45 and his family stole from us? Seize. I guess it depends what you mean there. I mean, we all think they're bilking the treasury, but he's allowed to go to his properties. Nothing we can really stop that.
Well, for the people who bought his stupid cryptocurrency and got ripped off, she never proved that was done deliberately.
Let's see. The government. Will the government ever seize any money from the Trump family?
Okay.
I'll just go with that without getting confused. Will the government ever seize?
Oh my God, Scott. Can't believe it. When they get their act together, Congress does, it's going to see where the seeds were not properly planted. And then the next two cards say it all. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands next to each other. It says they're going to go get it. They're going for the money.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Did you get a yes to?
Chariot, the Sun, and King of Swords. That definitely feels like judgment orders.
Mhm.
Finding it, taking charge, going after the finances and where it's hidden.
Mm-hmm.
So here's like, where's the hidden finances? Here is the finances. Ace of Swords is finding the truth. And outcome is Six of Swords, Queen of Coins, and Justice.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Going after the ill-gotten gains.
Yay, Ra.
Using the court systems. Digging into the foreign people that gave him money. That kind of thing. Could seize the crypto stuff. Whatever.
Can we just sell the Qatar jet?
Yeah, there we go. Well, Qatar wanted to sell it for 12 years and they finally had to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest waste of cash. Oh my God. What's this? What's it say about the UK royals that no one felt like buying a bottle of Dom Perignon from the wedding of Charles and Diana auction?
Well, first of all, champagne shouldn't be kept all that long. Second of all, that's like pictures of your first wedding. Do you really want them around your house? And the UK is switching from being royalists to being monarchists, which means they think they need a monarchy as a structure for their government, but they don't need the royal family to keep it going. It's certainly not at the level it has.
It just feels like in bad taste.
Yeah.
What else? We did that. Ukraine. See what the cards say. How soon can we feel peace? Peace coming to.
I don't think it'll be within the new year. I don't think by New Year we even have hope. Unless the Russian people really rise up against them. And it's hard to rise up when you're freezing to death.
Good point.
Although it happened in 1918. I mean, they froze to death then. Time to go get out all your old versions of Dr. Zhivago movies.
Oh, did you hear that? Supposedly Putin and Turkey, Erdogan met.
Yeah.
And Erdogan wanted him to cool his jets and stop. So then the Kremlin hit a ship of turkeys.
Okay, well.
Sent missiles back at him. Obviously, that wasn't the right thing to say.
I get no on peace by the new year for sure. I see them riding on in their little militant vents. They're paying no attention to the pain it's causing, to the indecision it's causing. They're not acting like adults and kind of figuring out how to get along, and they don't care what it's costing them anymore. We've gotten into pure ego. And Europe just put the final cap, I guess, on how they can control money going in and out of Russia, and that hasn't made them even blink. So,
let's see here. It feels like Russia is currently in a Ten of Swords moment.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Empress with the Ten of Swords, and usually the Empress is the my Russia card.
Okay.
And then the King of Wands next to that. It feels like leadership is in a Ten of Swords moment. Currently, we're waiting. The new beginnings are in a waiting period of Four of Cups. Queen of Wands is in the middle. That's a female outspoken. But the Four of Cups is mainly that energy is still on a pause. Moving forward, I got Justice, Nine of Pentacles, and the Fool. So a legal situation or a balancing. Nine of Pentacles also my balancing kind of structure, and the Fool. So it's taking a leap of faith, kind of carefree. So balancing in the situation is coming. Outcome is the Devil, King of Cups, Hierophant, and the Page of Swords. So we have a fair leader in governmental structure, puts a Page of Swords in order on the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this is NATO. NATO takes action to bring down the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it ends until NATO joins the fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting here.
Well, somebody pointed out in the comments, NATO froze their dollars and gave billions of the sanctioned dollars to the Ukraine. And when Russia sees enough of that turnaround. Also, I don't know what moderators we have, but we've had a little unhappy commentator in our chat, and I went and blocked him.
It was on your site?
He's from both of ours.
Well, I mean, on your channel, per se, with the paperclip.
He's linked to both of us. He's linked to both of us. He's saying things like, Tarot's is Boomer's black magic, and
those people.
Those people. I mean, he's not saying terribly hideous things, but it's like, if you don't like what I do, go away. I've had 76 years.
Artist got it. I'm just looking.
I got rid of all three of them.
Oh, there was 3 different accounts, huh?
No, it was three different comments from the same guy.
Gotcha.
And other people in chat were saying, why don't you go home and grow up and things too like.
I missed all that.
That's because you're looking for real questions, and I'm here going, what the hell is that about?
Is Alzheimer's meds helping Dumbo there? Minor side effects. Okay. Yeah, that's what most people think, and I think that he's been getting IV meds of dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever. That's when getting in the hands. Deb was wondering if it's helping him. I think it's brief. You know, it's like maybe like 4 hours after treatment, and so it's like brief. If he's doing it that often, you know, once a week or whatever, it's brief, and then he comes back down. It's not curing.
Yeah, besides the fact that Dumbo's got problems, I have friends I grew up with who have various kinds of dementia in their family bloodline. And so they've read up on it and followed up on it and are watching it to see, what's out there. And they send me articles and I send them things about it. Of the four of us that grew up together, I'm the only one who doesn't have it in their bloodline. My friends actually have it in their DNA. They can find it.
You've done a DNA test on that gene or whatever?
I do not have it. That's when they found out I don't make vascular plaque. That's why I can have all the arrhythmias I want, and I'm not going to develop clots because I can't. And that answered a question because they kept scanning my vessels and saying, there's no plaque in your vessels. Where did it go? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
No, 5% of the world has that, and I'm in the 5%.
So that new representative supposedly got pepper sprayed.
Mm-hmm.
Was she? I didn't really read all of it. Was she going to a detention center or something?
She was trying to enter a detention center, and they shot at her. Instead of letting her do her legal duty to go into a federal facility. So, yeah. She's not going to seek retribution. What I see is she's going to try to work out a way to get in despite all that. And once again, we have when the King of Swords takes over, whoever takes over for Magic Mike when he goes away. Oh, that's a question we need to ask.
I think she's taking some kind of action.
Yeah, she's taking it within the bounds, but not legally.
Right.
Not she's not going to try to gain money or anything from it.
Yeah, it feels like talking to, leadership, what they can do. She can legally do, filing paperwork or something.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to smooth things out. Did you hear she was hurt or anything?
Well, you get shot in your feet, and even I don't care whether you're badly injured, try breathing in pepper spray for a bit and see how good you feel.
True. No. Ice protest the 20th.
Yep.
Go. It's cold. Go if you can.
Come to Texas. It won't be all that cold.
What kind of test is there for dementia? It's usually just what do you call it?
The verbal tests. They just
verbal tests and whatnot. And
I have a friend who they x-rayed her brain because of the kind of dementia her dad went through, and she has the same problem. It's called white brain matter, and she has too much white brain matter building up on her brain.
I'm sure nowadays you can all kinds of DNA tests and scans and figure out.
Yeah. But if I can't remember where I put my keys, I'm doomed. Done.
Yes, Wendy. The Alzheimer meds are a band-aid for what's going on with him.
Well, I don't know, put Alzheimer's on top of being psychotic and,
Yeah.
What can you do?
A narcissistic butthole.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got a question, and it's from me. Will the Republicans lose enough congressmen in January to throw the Congress to the Democrats now?
Do
you want me to write it in?
Is it way back somewhere?
No, nobody said it. It's me.
Oh yeah, if you could.
Okay. God, you can make me type, Scott? You make me work?
Yes, please.
Okay. Just put it in, Scott.
Yeah, I think there was rumors 20 or so working.
Yeah.
Of either retiring or leaving early.
Yeah, they're going to go home to be with their families. Okay, so we know where you are. Okay.
Artist wants to be a mod. She's on your channel.
Okay.
I always had to do it on my phone. I couldn't. Doesn't work on StreamYard, I don't think. Anyway.
And they keep changing the formats of how the pages are put together, guys. It's very confusing on our end. Oh, yeah. Woo!
Woo.
Yes!
Republicans resigning and leaving.
What I got is they don't all want to be in the boat anymore. They're tired of the conspiracy and being involved. That's it. But it's a yes, they'll be gone. Yes, because there's no money in it for them anymore. Yes, they are fleeing quickly. And it's going to bring a tower moment, but not as much as we'd like. But I think it's going to shift the power in Congress.
I think I got you, Deb. I just went on my phone and clicked on her name and added Deb as a moderator.
Good.
Okay. Back to change. What did you say? Sorry.
Mine said yes. It's going to be enough. It's going to be enough. It's not going to bring all the changes we want because there are going to be a lot of blocking and playing games, but it's going to bring the change about.
Okay. Yowza. Okay. There's a lot of arguments. I got news, 8 of Wands news, 5 of Wands with a lot of lack of energy, and the Death card. So that's endings. The 5 of Wands makes it bad to work in there. Arguing. Then I had the Wheel of Fortune. There's change coming. 5 of Wands is the loss. Knight of Cups is things better. The loving source. And then I get Strength, the Magician, and Queen of Cups. My creator card is January. There could be big things happening in January.
That's why we keep seeing the King of Swords that we can't figure out who it is. Because who's ever going to be running the Congress then? Because I kept seeing the King of Swords was always in when the positive stuff was going on.
So my Endure card is Strength and Courage and having respect again. The creator is a mastery of everything. Could be a new leader too.
Yeah.
Queen of Cups is my United States card. Something more generous and empathy. Empathy. And I would say the Wheel of Fortune is change. Certainly looks like it. There's going to be a lot of chaos coming in January.
Okay. Now, the other question is, What about the Senate?
Oh, nope. There you go. Okay, Senate time. So are you talking before election?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's enough of them in there that are old enough they could fall over sideways, you know.
Okay. Mitch McConnell ain't doing so well. This is a deck I created myself.
Farmer's Tarot.
My farmer's tarot.
Do you have any more of those left, Scott?
Nope. And to order one is like $40.
Oh.
To order one.
Okay. Oh, the Senate's not going to change. But it's at an ending. It's at an ending. It's an ending time, but it's not going to change. I gotta no, yes, no, yes, no. So it's not going to change, but okay, I got a different deck.
Strange cards drop here. So I got the Nine of Cups. My wish is fulfilled. It's my Democrat card. But then I get a Tower and the Moon together. Hardship, failures, dark secrets. And the Hierophant card along with Eight of Swords and the Justice. Government's restricted for a while. You're trying to figure out balance. And then I get the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands, and Page of Cups. This is weird, but it feels like a sharing agreement coming up. Like a way to stop the chaos. It doesn't really show people leaving. It feels like more of an agreement. It sure seems like weird stuff.
That's what I got. I got a yes, no. I mean, it's like yes and no, but I did it with a different deck, and I still got the Tower upside down, which means the big change isn't coming.
It's like they're actually working together. Not that the Democrats are in charge of leaving.
Well, they'll be more amenable to what the Congress sends up when the Congress is Democratic.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be weird. That's all I got to say. January is going to be weird. Especially after the Epstein files gives Felon 45 a heart attack. All right, we're at 1:30. Let's bring some inspiration out.
Okay.
Get on with our day. Watch more YouTube or football or.
Oh, gee, I won't have the fun day I had of sitting for 5.5 hours of political speeches. It was kind of fun. I ran into an old. He's been a state legislator. He's had a lot of different roles in the state. I'm not going to say what they were because then people start trying to pick it apart. But he was there talking about some stuff, and he was there representing another candidate who couldn't make it. And we got to talking, and he said, well, if you're not doing politics anymore, what are you doing? So I handed him my card about reading, about Nancy Jean's Garden. And he said, oh, my God. you're a card reader? And I said, yeah. And he said, 5 years ago at a New Year's party, someone had a card reader at the party, and he met the woman. And he said it was all full of lawyers and professionals. And I said, y'all use folks who kind of look down your nose at us, and you find out, oh my God, they know something we don't know. And he said, that's kind of exactly the reaction. And he still talks to her. He still calls her and talks to her about things. He said, I'm just amazed at what you people know. And I said, well,
it is strange.
But I always really liked him as a legislator. I thought he comes from a family of them. He's a really good guy. Anyway, we got Secret Spring success. So I got a feeling the next week's going to wake up a lot of stuff we weren't expecting. That's what he asked me. He said, what do you really see in the long term? And I said, just off the top of my head. I said, it looks good, but you stand behind a thicket of ferns at the edge of a secret spring, gazing across still water. You see the boat silently gliding towards you, glowing a light hanging from its bow. The fairy of spring floats above the boat. Her wings are radiant and shimmering. She knows that you are there, and she smiles at you. It is said that anyone who sees the secret spring fairy on a starry night is blessed beyond measure. And the secret spring of fairy says success is flowing into your life, vitality and glowing, youthful renewal of your body. Oh, I could use that. Thank you. Occurring. Now is the time to take action to support your dreams. There's no more need to struggle. The universe has your back. So that's where we are, guys. Glimmering. So what you got?
I got justice happening this week.
That would make us all feel better.
Yeah, the fight for equality.
Yep.
We're not giving up. Rulings in our favor. Mm-hmm. Hard work. Ada Ariel is the hard work. Doing the hard work. Taking pride in our work. And then magician.
Mm-hmm.
We could have people bringing things out that we don't know to bring in that justice. And this card says successful beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were saying earlier, is that once these files start dropping out and getting justice happening, it's the start of the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the end kind of thing,
The end is near. You want to be one of those little old people that used to have signs on street corners? Go to DC and do that.
Street corner signage?
Those little guys they used to carry around signs about doom and gloom and how the world was ending tomorrow.
What was that Jim Carrey movie? He was God for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sign. I can't remember the name, but yeah, that was funny.
Okay, anyway. Next week we're going to start at 9:30 because Scott has to go escape to be with family. And we're going to have Eli Worthy, the youngest candidate in the state of Texas. He's an 18-year-old kid, so all us old folks ought to feel ashamed. This kid's putting his name out in the marketplace to do what he needs to do. And then the other thing is I have a psychic's profile with the psychic. Most people don't know. She's trying to kick her way back into the business. I've got her on Monday, Tuesday. I have another lovely lady. So if you're on my channel, you'll see when they're coming up. I'm doing a lot of readings. I'm still putting up my daily crystal Advent readings. I have one set on YouTube. A different set is on Substack. I'm over on Substack now. If you want to go over and see what Nancy Jean looks like in Substack, I'm there. It's not much difference. I don't edit and do all that good stuff. And still booking all the readings in that I got for people. And there's still plenty of time to get your 12-month reading. And I can tell you guys, I'm astonished. And Scott, any reader would tell you this. When you start reading things and you're reading about a certain topic and you keep getting sort of the same feelings about it. All my 12-month readings, some of them are sort of starting a little bit grim, or one lady just retired and she thought she was sliding into it. And she said, no, I can easily see why January is going to be very difficult because I don't have my routine. But by the end of the year, she's found a whole new group of people to work with. She's reestablished her life, and she had the Magician and the Star for her December next year. So,
nice.
I mean, really, all my readings for 2026, it looks so much better for us.
Yeah, especially if you're doing multiple readings and see the universal trends.
I've done 10 of them now, and I haven't had anybody have a bummer yet.
Nice.
And last year I had some really heavy things, and they came to pass, but the people from then are calling to get another reading done because they're ready for it. But it's just, I send you the reading recorded. You have it. You can look at it through the months if you want to see. And so that's what I'm up to. Keep me busy. Keep me overworked. Oh, and at the end of the month, we're going to have an unveiling of the new world grid for 2026.
Good deal.
So,
hey, everyone, have a blessed day. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Scott, for spending time with us. Bye-bye.
Bye.